So because of your comments on the lack of atmosphere in Saudi, Frank Warren's had a few things to say. He said, nobody cares what Froch has to say. Atmosphere is fine. You've never been to Saudi. And you're the green-eyed monster with your nose pressed up against the window.
Bricktop, what are you saying about the Cobra again? You keep talking about me, don't you? You can't help yourself. When somebody asks you a question, you get your knickers in a twist, don't you? You look all stressed. Who was it? Was it Arnie in that film Total Recall? He fell out, he was in Mars, wasn't he? All the pressure was gone. His eyeballs were popping out his head. Starting to like it's going to explode. Calm down, take a deep breath. I'll try and do the same. Right, listen. The atmosphere in Saudi Arabia is not up for debate. Have a look at all the comments underneath when you're talking to the other YouTubers, asking you questions, not being proper journalists because they're not critical. They're too scared of losing their media accreditations. So they do what they're told. They ask the right questions and they agree with everything you say. And that's what we're doing on Froch on Fighting. We disagree with people. We challenge people. We make critical observations.
But we tell the truth.
We tell the truth, thank you. Right, I've been to Saudi Arabia, like I've said. The atmosphere, every single time I've been there, has been really poor. The fights are getting put on. I enjoyed the 5v5, some great fights. Somebody's falling asleep at ringside. Other people are on the phone. When the action's kicking off, the Hrgovic-Dubois fight was great. Nobody was interested, really. There's a few British fans in the background out of the seats, but everybody ringside. It doesn't lift the fighters. It's bad for the sport. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just pointing out it's a real shame. And it might grow, it might become better. But don't say that nobody's interested in what I've got to say, because I beg to differ. I've got the biggest, fastest growing boxing channel on YouTube. I've got over 100,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, hit subscribe, like and share. But it's not up for debate, the atmosphere. It's just not up for debate. Look at the atmosphere at the O2 Arena. Look at the atmosphere at Wembley Stadium, even the Nottingham Arena, 10,000. When you've got the passionate British crowd behind and at the seats and egging on the fighters. The MEN Arena, when I fought George Groves, unbelievable. Mikel Kester at the O2, Ricky Hatton, Costa Zoo, Prince Nassim Hamid, whoever you want to talk about over the years, the roof gets lifted off if you're in the arena. And if it's in the stadium, I mean, there's not been that many stadium fights till the Cobra set the trend. But the big stadium fights that we've had, 90,000 apparently, when Anthony Joshua fought Vladimir Klitschko. It was unbelievable. And that got him off the canvas, that climbed off the canvas to beat Klitschko. Now, who's to say that when Fury fought Usyk, that he wants to finish stronger? Round 10, 11 and 12, the last 3 rounds, Tyson Fury needed to press through the gears, up the pace. With the crowd behind him, shouting and screaming at him, who's to say Fury wouldn't have finished stronger and actually got that win? So the lack of atmosphere in Saudi could have cost the British fans the undisputed heavyweight title. Have you thought about that?
And those are the boisterous words of Carl Froch. Let me counterpunch what he said about Total Recall. That was funny. That was a good comparison. Listen, I think that Carl has a point. He does have a point. The atmosphere in Saudi Arabia, bro, I've noticed that. The 5 versus 5, he made a good point in Dubois versus Hrgovic. That was a really good fight. And it's almost like in Saudi Arabia, sure, they're bringing in the money. They're bringing in the revenue and stuff like that. But speaking live, okay, speaking in a live atmosphere, a live one, not the pay-per-view and the sales and watching it from your home. No, I mean a live atmosphere. It has nothing on Britain, on the UK. It has nothing on them. That energy is electric. But then needless to say, to be fair, I'm American. We don't have those type of reactions, but they're better, a lot better than Saudi Arabia. And what he was talking about is the first 4 or 5 rows going back all the way around, really, were full of Saudis. And they're all reserved and they got glasses on and they're, you know what I mean? And a lot of them were on their phones. They were just kind of sitting there, and then it's almost like they were either not interested or trying their best not to look excited. Either way, that helps the fighter none. That helps the atmosphere none. It shows that it's pretty much dry and done. Bars. But understand this. I understand customs in certain places and how royalty's supposed to conduct themselves, and they just sit all, regal and, you know what I mean, and this, that, and the other. But, I mean, that comes off in a fight that you like to be excited. Excited? You like to get amped. You like to get pumped. You like to get crunk. You like these type of reactions when you see somebody's head get smashed and the sweat flies off their face and they do a jiggle and their legs do a little wiggle. That's what you want to see. You want to see, damn, did you see that? You want to see that intensity. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. But that's what you want to see. You don't want to see someone pompous. You don't want to see that shit. Come on, let's just be real. You don't want to see that. Carl's right about that. You do not want to see that type of... You don't want to see that. Hold on. You don't want to see this shit. You see what I mean? You do not want to see that. The hell you're wearing shades for anyhow? You know what I mean? Like, it's nighttime. So, like, that's the total thing, and it's an outside thing. So he's absolutely right about that. You know what I mean? And if you do take these fights, would Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, would it been better in Wembley? Hell to the yeah, been better in Wembley. It would have been better in Wembley. Would have been a lot better in Wembley. Would that have allowed Tyson Fury to fight harder? I don't know. See, that's not really proven. But then, it is the crowd, okay? The crowd will influence certain judges in that aspect, maybe. But would that influence Tyson to fight any difference? I don't think so. Why? Because Tyson Fury's a journey guy. That's why. Bars. Tyson Fury is known to go to people's backyard and to do what he does. And he's done it damn near perfectly except the other weekend, okay? So, no, I don't think that it has anything to do with his fighting style or what he chooses to do in that ring. I think what had to happen with him, he needed to be instructed by one person. Just that one person that he needed to be instructed by, and that didn't happen because he was instructed by 2 or 3. Okay, and those people that instructed him, unfortunately for him, he listened to the influence from his dad that told him to stay in box and not engage. And he didn't engage. And I think that's the reason why he didn't fight the way he's supposed to fight that night against Alexander Usyk. Regardless of that fight should have been stopped in around 9 or whatever, like a lot of people think. He should have pressed the gas in 12. Did he do bad in around 12? No, he didn't. But he could have fought like he fought Deontay Wilder the first time in 2018 of climbing himself off the canvas, rising like Lazarus, and getting in that fight and showing that Wilder, I can hurt you just like you knocked me down and hurt me. That's what he should have done, and he didn't do it. But I don't think that had anything to really do with the venue. But I do think it would have been more appreciated in the UK or the USA. But you guys tell me what you think of Carl the Cobra Froch getting at Brick Top, calling him an alien from Total Recall, the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!